Welcome to SOS Media, your number one source of the latest news, opinions, and in-depth investigations that dig deeper into today's developing stories around the globe. If both guys are friends and coming from the same social circle, they ought to sit down and talk about some issues that concern them so as to preserve their relationship. It's only then that you can make decisions about who is going to strike and who is going to back off. Men are proud beings. Haven't you figured that out yet? Ironically, love is the most common cause of jealousy for men. Most men have a hard time accepting their potential partner's interest in others and their interactions with them. Men are usually protective and possessive of the women they love or have feelings for. Even if you are not committed to a man, he could get jealous on account of all the stares you get when you walk into a room. Damon Anthony Dash was born May 3, 1971 and is an American entrepreneur and record executive. Dash is best known as a co-founder of Rockefeller along with Jay-Z and Kareem Burke. Born in New York City, Dash swept the floors of a local barbershop and sold newspapers in order to the basic requirements of an American teenager of the time. Just like R. Kelly, Dash learned to hustle at an early age, especially after losing his mother following an asthma attack at age 15 and again diagnosed with type 1 diabetes the same year. Dash came to meet R&B singer Aaliyah in New York City in the summer of 2000 through his accountant and dated her until her death on August 25, 2001 in a plane crash in the Bahamas. Though they were not formally engaged, in interviews given after Aaliyah's death, Dash stated that the couple had planned to marry. This background can for sure give you a good clue as to why Dash has never had good words for R. Kelly. Born January 1979, Aaliyah Houghton with her silky smooth voice signed a record deal with her uncle in Detroit when she was just 12. 2 years later, after she was signed, Aaliyah teamed with R. Kelly to make her first record, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. She became involved with Kelly and the two were secretly married, however parents discovered this and quickly annulled the marriage. In 2005, Dash married fashion designer Rachel Roy, whom he had dated prior to his relationship with Aaliyah. They met when she was working as an intern at Rockefeller. Together they have 2 daughters, though they later divorced in 2009. Now, Dame Dash insists that he has no doubts about the allegations against R. Kelly about grooming the young Aaliyah during her brief life, though we know that he also had interest in her all along. On Wednesday, July 19, the 52-year-old entrepreneur Dame Dash made an unfortunate statement during an interview that he was sure R. Kelly is where he belongs. "I think he's where he belongs. I know Aaliyah and so I know what he did," Dame said without hesitation. When asked about getting involved in his ex's ordeal with R. Kelly, Dame said Aaliyah asked him to leave it alone. However, he was deeply upset that Jay-Z, who he founded Rockefeller Records with, released collaborative projects with R. Kelly regardless of what he knew. "I couldn't believe Jay-Z could do a project with R. Kelly knowing that he had gotten involved with my girl," he said about one of the reasons he had a falling out with him. Despite the controversies surrounding R. Kelly's relationship with Aaliyah, he is always credited for jump-starting her career. We are also aware that at one instance, Dame and Jay-Z were struggling to win Aaliyah's heart. It's very true that Dash has helped build multi-million-dollar businesses throughout his career, but as time progresses, he has developed a reputation of being a difficult person to cooperate and work with. He has his own streaming service and production house, and he speaks of investing in art and developing businesses, but he's often criticized for his behaviors. Some people have actually come to believe that his pranks are holding him back. It's not R. Kelly alone that Dame tends to downplay all the time. Recently, his good friend Irv Gotti visited and shared with Drink Champs how he truly loved Dame, and having known him for quite a long time, but the two fell out over a potential business deal in which Irv wanted Dame to direct an episode of his BET series Tales, but Dame didn't seem willing to work within the guidelines he was given. Irv ultimately decided to scrap the entire idea, and what resulted was Dame airing out his frustrations with his longtime friend on social media. The thing with Dame is that he is an interesting figure you would want to work with and to do projects together, not until you actually start doing projects with him, Vlad recently said. You then surely realize that he is like his own worst enemy because all this stuff that's happening with him shouldn't be happening, he added. He could have been doing a lot more business with a lot more people because people would love to work with him. I wanted to work with him, but then once you start working with him, You are like, I am not going to sit here and just put up with this nonsense, and so you end up just not working with him. He ends up losing out on money as well as we do, and thus it's a no-win situation. I feel like Dame just shoots himself in the foot, Vlad remarked. It's no secret that Leor Cohen and Dame Dash are sworn enemies with little chance of reconciliation. In a not-so-recent interview with Cohen on The Breakfast Club, he refused to acknowledge Dash's existence and accomplishments despite their previous business relationship when Cohen was president of Def Jam Records, which distributed Dash's Rockefeller Records from 1996 to 2004. Since then, Dash has gone public in numerous interviews and on social media to vehemently accuse Cohen of being a culture vulture in the hip-hop industry. A culture vulture is someone that exploits the culture that he's not a part of, doesn't benefit the culture and takes care of his culture and has no respect for the culture he's exploiting, Dash said. And that's why Leor is one, because he's been making money off of our culture. He is not part of it, but he's been exploiting it. Never helping, teaching or anything, but doing what's in the best interest of his own pocket over the culture, he added. In a surprise to many, in 2014 Jim Jones of the Dipset went on an expletive-filled tirade against former friend and business partner Dame Dash, accusing his fellow Harlemite of stealing from him and being the real culture vulture. Dash is not an angel he proclaims himself to be. In 2012, rapper Currency sued Dash for $1.5 million for releasing his music without permission, and in 2014 he was ordered to pay Linda Williams, with whom he has a son, $50,000 for causing her to be prosecuted on harassment charges. In April 2015, Dash's ex-wife Rachel Roy accused him of domestic abuse and filed for a restraining order. Roy was awarded sole custody of their daughters. The court also granted Roy and her daughters with a 3-year restraining order against Dash. In November 2019, Dash was arrested for failing to pay more than $400,000 in child support. Dash was in New York City for an unrelated federal court appearance when he was arrested for 2 warrants. The first warrant was issued in April 2015 in the Supreme Court in New York County case of Cindy Morales. He owed $62,553 since 2012. The second warrant was issued in March 2019 in the Bronx family court case of Rachel Roy. He was ordered to pay her $341,991 and $25,000 for attorney fees. In 2015, Dash reportedly paid more than $1 million to be released. Ever since her passing, Dash has only ever said positive things about Aaliyah and typically negative things about R. Kelly. During a conversation with Page Six in 2019, the record producer divulged that Aaliyah was just cool as hell, saying they would laugh and never stopped hanging, and that is what happened with her. There was never any obligation or any title, but just liking being around somebody for who they are. I was not in love with Aaliyah through the television. I fell in love with her from hanging out and meeting her, and she looked different than Aaliyah on the TV screen, Dame said. We should not get surprised when Dash keeps on lashing at R. Kelly. Their common factor will always be Aaliyah than anything else. Thank you for watching today's video, brought to you by SOS Media. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our videos. Also remember to leave your comment about today's topic in the comment section below.